Hello everyone. My topic was situational leadership theory. Who created the situational leadership theory? The Hershey-Blanchard situational leadership theory was created by Dr. Paul Hershey, who is a professor and the author of The Situational Leader. The second author is Ken Blanchard, author of the best-selling book, 1 Minute Manager. What is the situational leadership theory? The theory simply states that instead of using just one style, successful leaders should change their leadership styles based on the maturity of the people they're leading and the details of the task. Using this theory, leaders should be able to place more or less emphasis on the task and more or less emphasis on the relationships with the people they're leading, depending on what's needed to get the job done successfully. Situational leadership. Like different personalities, situational leadership allows the leader to use different ways to guide everyone. They choose a method of leadership according to the follower's needs. You might find that people use different wording for the leadership style, but the gist of it is still the same. And I'll give you an example of what I mean in just a second. So now we're going to take a look at the 4 leadership styles. For S1, we have directing. S2, behavior. S3, supporting. S4, delegating. And again, those words have a different word that you might see representing the things. So here's an example of what I was talking about. For the title of S1, we could use the word directing, or as it's been updated, telling. And the thing behind this is leaders tell their people what to do and how to do it. And I just included this little photo that says, "I'm not bossy, I am the boss." S2 is coaching or selling. Selling is the new term that has replaced coaching. Leaders provide information and direction, but there's more communication with the followers. Leaders sell their message to get people on board. And the photo says they lead by example, they motivate, they inspire, they mentor, they coach, they have a vision, they participate in teamwork, and they win. S3, supporting or participating. Leaders focus more on the relationship and less on direction. The leader works with the team and shares decision-making responsibilities. And here I just have the red person is the leader and everyone else are the followers, and they're all working together and they're kind of bonding, working on that relationship. Delegating, S4. Leaders pass most of the responsibility onto the follower or group. The leaders still monitor progress, but they're less involved in decisions. And to the left, this was just a joke, not to say that every delegator does this. I delegated all responsibilities. Now there's nothing left to do. This seems to be one of the more challenging styles of leadership because often people are concerned with giving people that amount of responsibility. Choosing a leadership style. As previously mentioned, the leadership style should depend on the maturity level of the person. If you take a look at the chart represented on the right, you see a column that says maturity level and a column that says most appropriate leadership style. So we've already discussed the different leadership styles, and to the left, it gives you the maturity level that you would match up with that leadership style to get the best results. So if someone has a low maturity level, you should certainly tell them what to do, direct them what to do. Medium maturity, limited skills. You want to use your selling/coaching method, maybe giving them some incentives to get the job done, pumping their heads up, really getting them into it. 3, medium maturity, higher skills but lacking confidence. This is something that you will participate with them to help them get the job done and be very supportive because they often need that feedback. Sometimes people have high maturity. You know how to get the job done, you know what you need to do, and you don't need much help to get things going. And in that instance, delegating will be the best way, the best leadership style to use for that type of person. Example of leadership style. So I found this example online and I changed it up a little bit to make it a little more appropriate for our needs, but the example is as follows. You are about to go on vacation and your coworker has agreed to handle your responsibilities. She is very familiar with your responsibilities and she's excited to do your job. You decide to take initiative and you spend days creating a detailed list of responsibilities for her to do, and you provide specific instructions on how to complete each task. Even though your work gets done, you have damaged the relationship with your coworker by showing your lack of trust. She is an M4 in maturity, and yet you chose an S1 leadership style instead of an S4, which was the appropriate style for her level of maturity. So, in essence, your friend was covering for you and you could have just said, thank you so much for getting these things done. You were completely aware that she had the capabilities, and yet you still left her tedious instructions for her to follow, basically making her feel as though she was incompetent or not capable of getting the work done. That is what you conveyed if you would have chosen that inappropriate style for her maturity level. And I just had 2 links here with credits where I got most of our resources from. I also just read the information in our chapter, and I hope that you learned something about situational leadership. And next class, I will make sure that I bring in a little quiz. Thank you.